Welcome. We've got some thrilling Arsenal news lined up for you, so stay tuned until the end to catch all the latest updates. And don't forget to leave 300 likes to keep us motivated in bringing you the latest Arsenal updates. Arsenal left red-faced as teen wonderkid shows £45 million striker the way. Arsenal's hopes of a cup run were dashed in embarrassing fashion as they crashed out of the FA Cup quarter-finals with a 2-1 defeat to Championship side Southampton at a bouncing St Mary's. Ross Stewart put the hosts ahead in the first half before Victor Gyökeres equalised from the bench, only for Shearer to snatch a late winner that sent the Saints through to Wembley and left the travelling Gooners stunned. In a performance that raised more questions than answers, it was 16-year-old wonder kid Max Dowman who stole the show with a display full of energy, personality, and quality. The teenager constantly demanded the ball, completed all his dribbles and created chances, outshining several senior teammates who appeared to lack responsibility and urgency. In stark contrast, Gabriel Jesus endured another anonymous outing as the lone striker, managing 0 shots on target and 0 successful dribbles in his 60 minutes on the pitch, leaving many to suggest the £45 million man now looks finished at the club and may never wear the Arsenal shirt again. Alan Shearer speaks out about Arsenal crushed in cup shock. Southampton send Gunners packing with 2-1 thriller. Arsenal, currently sitting pretty at the top of the Premier League table, suffered a proper gut-wrenching upset in the FA Cup quarter-finals. Travelling down to St Mary's to face Southampton from the Championship, the Gunners were expected to cruise through but instead fell to a 2-1 defeat. This result has absolutely dominated the back pages and TalkSport airwaves across the UK today. Ross Stewart opened the scoring for the Saints in the first half with a well-taken effort that exposed some rare sloppiness in Arsenal's backline. Victor Gyökeres looked to have rescued the visitors when he leveled things up midway through the second period, but Shearer struck a late winner in the 85th minute that sent the home crowd into absolute delirium and left the travelling Gooners stunned. The defeat feels even more painful coming just a fortnight after Arsenal's Carabao Cup final loss to Manchester City. In the space of less than 2 weeks, their hopes of a quadruple or even a treble have been well and truly dashed. BBC, Sky Sports, The Sun and The Mirror have all labelled it a classic shock exit, with plenty of chatter about Arsenal bottling it once again when the pressure is on. Despite still holding a commanding 9-point lead at the summit of the Premier League, questions are now being asked about whether the squad is starting to wobble at the business end of the season. The injury crisis has only deepened, with as many as 14 players reportedly unavailable, including Gabriel who picked up another issue. It left Mikel Arteta with very few options to freshen things up. Alan Shearer gave his no-nonsense verdict on the result. Southampton deserved their trip to Wembley. They were absolutely magnificent and the job that their manager has done is outstanding. Arsenal, on the other hand, will be very disappointed they had the chances but couldn't take them. This is a big wake-up call if they want to win the Premier League. Mikel Arteta was equally frank afterwards, saying, "We are very disappointed with the manner in which we conceded the 2 goals. We had so much dominance and plenty of good moments, but we didn't capitalize on them. The way we conceded, especially from long balls and direct play, is not at the level we have shown this season. Now we have to show what we are made of." The injury situation has been widely discussed in the British press, with senior players like Ben White and Gabriel Jesus coming in for criticism over below-par displays. Young talent Max Dowman earned praise for his efforts, while Gabriel Martinelli found himself in a minor storm after an incident involving the referee, though he escaped any punishment. The dreaded bottling narrative has exploded once more on social media, podcasts and phone-ins, with rival supporters from Manchester City, Liverpool and Manchester United hardly able to contain their glee. Many are wondering whether Arsenal have the mental strength to close out the title race after 2 domestic cup exits in quick succession. Nevertheless, the season is far from over. Arsenal still have the Premier League title to fight for and a Champions League quarter-final against Sporting CP to prepare for. Arteta has insisted the squad must use this disappointment as fuel and quickly regain their focus for the weeks ahead. Transfer talk has already begun bubbling again, with links to players such as Morgan Rogers and Tino Livramento doing the rounds. For now though, the immediate priority remains managing the injury list and ensuring the squad is mentally ready for what promises to be a testing run-in. This Southampton result has certainly served as a stark reminder that nothing is guaranteed in football, even for the league leaders. Arsenal stunned by Southampton in FA Cup quarter-final shock. Arsenal, the clear leaders of the Premier League, suffered a proper old-fashioned cup upset on Saturday as they were knocked out of the FA Cup quarter-finals by Championship side Southampton. The Gunners travelled to a raucous St Mary's on the blustery south coast and fell to a 2-1 defeat in what has become the talk of British football this weekend. Ross Stewart gave the Saints the lead in the 35th minute, capitalising on some unusually sloppy defending from Arsenal. Victor Gyökeres, coming off the bench, looked to have salvaged something for the visitors when he equalised in the 68th minute, but Shea Charles struck a superb late winner from the edge of the box in the 85th minute to send Southampton through to the semi-finals at Wembley. The defeat comes hot on the heels of Arsenal's painful 2-0 loss to Manchester City in the Carabao Cup final just a fortnight earlier. In the space of less than 2 weeks, their dreams of a quadruple, or even a treble, have been well and truly dashed. This was only Arsenal's 5th defeat of the season and the first time they have lost back-to-back matches across all competitions. Despite the setback, Arsenal remain 9 points clear at the top of the Premier League table, with a Champions League quarter-final first leg against Sporting Lisbon looming on Tuesday. However, the manner of the exit at St Mary's has left plenty of questions hanging over Mikel Arteta's side, particularly with several key players missing through injury. Mikel Arteta was honest in his assessment afterwards. "We conceded the first goal in a very unusual way for us. The second one was from direct play as well. We didn't manage the long balls well enough. We just let the ball through us." Difficult to explain, but credit to them. "We had so much dominance in and around the box. We had 2 massive chances and needed to capitalize on that. But if you make defending errors we made today, it's very difficult to be in the semi-final." The Arsenal boss added, "You have to adapt to the wind, the injuries. You have to adapt to difficult situations in the season. Now we have to show what we are made of." Arteta also described the pain of the recent League Cup final defeat as feeling like a ball of poison in his stomach, and Sunday's result will no doubt have brought similar frustration. Arsenal were without key England internationals Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka, while Brazil defender Gabriel Magalhães limped off with a knee injury during the match. These absences clearly hampered Arteta's ability to rotate and control the game against a well-organized and motivated Southampton side playing in front of a passionate home crowd. The result has inevitably fueled the familiar bottling chatter among rival fans and pundits across the UK, especially on social media and the airwaves. Many are now wondering whether Arsenal can maintain their league form and push deep into the Champions League after 2 domestic cup disappointments in quick succession. Nevertheless, the season is still very much alive for the Gunners. Arteta has called on his players to dig deep and prove their character in the coming weeks. With the title race still firmly in their hands and European football on the horizon, this FA Cup exit at St Mary's must now serve as the wake-up call to refocus and deliver when it matters most. Thanks for watching Arsenal Time. If you enjoyed this content, don't forget to like, share, and leave a comment below. Continue following the Gunners' journey with us, and see you in the next video. Come on, you Gunners!